Hi, peace and high frequencies, everybody. Blackfit Witch, the Dream Oracle, is here, and I'm going to share dream messages from last night's experience on where I went, what happened, and as I'm still working out on decoding what what it was, and so only thing I can say is that it definitely felt like I was in another timeline. Possibly what we may call in this moment the future. I don't know. But I'm going to go into it. So this is how the dream started off. I was getting prepared to go out with two of my friends. And we were wearing all black. It was like we were out of town and we was getting ready to go to this club. And I remember having on like a black short sequence dress. And I had some shoes to match. And I was putting on my shoes. We was getting ready to go. And one of my friends was like, what if we get there and we're not supposed to wear all black and they're wearing all white? And I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. So I was like, let me get my white dress too and shoes that match. And I told her, I said, well, I'm putting on my shoes, go to my closet and get my white dress. Well, and I told her, I was like, specifically what it looked like and where it was. And I have this same white dress in this reality now in my closet. So she went and got it. So this starts off the dream. I have on black and I'm bringing my white dress, yin and yang, okay? I'm setting the stage. This is me moving forward in the dream. So next in the dream, I'm with a guy friend of mine, and he picks me up, and he had just bought a new Mercedes, and he wanted me to go meet up with our mutual friend that he has a crush on. And he was like, he wanted to impress her. He was like, so he had me in the car trying to get like tips on what he should do, how he should connect with her, what he needs to say. So we was in the car driving there, and there she was. We saw her walking outside of like this park area. And I told him, there she is. I said, I'm not going to walk up with you because it'll seem weird that we're together. I said, I'm going to walk away and let you go towards her and have a conversation with her. So that happens. It's like I'm walking alone. I go down, walking in the park. Next thing I know, I'm in the mall. I'm walking in the mall and I'm in like this cell phone store. I'm thinking like it's T-Mobile or something. And they're giving away some things. It's like a huge giveaway in this store. And they're having people try different things. So one of the, I would say one of the reps there is passing along this lotion. She was like, put this lotion on, try it and see how it makes your skin feel. Woo, woo, woo. So it was some people that had passed around to, and I didn't get it. So somebody passed it me. They was like, here, you try something. And then too much like squirted out on my hand. So I shared it with some other people, and then I massaged it in. When I massaged it in, I moved to another part of the dream. Now in this dream, I'm working with this Air Force mission. I'm in this spacecraft up in the sky. Well, I won't say spacecraft, aircraft. It wasn't that far in space, aircraft. I'm up in the sky, and my dream wouldn't let me see what was going on downwards. It would not let me look down. We were up in the air, but we were open up in the air, and we had guns. Now, I'm having like a remote viewing of this. I wasn't actually a part of the people at this point in this mission, but I was seeing what they were doing, like watching a movie. And so they had these big old guns, and they were throwing things down, shooting it so it can explode down at whatever was below. I was feeling like it was people who had been contaminated, and they were trying to like just bomb the area as they was throwing out these giant pieces of like some type of equipment or something with the military, and then they would shoot it and it would just explode. And so they did that a few times. And then one of the guys that was a part of the mission, they had to like inject him with something in his neck. They had this needle they had to inject in his neck. All right, had to take a sip of coffee. So then, y'all, I jump into the dream. Well, I jump into this. Instead of me having a remote viewing, now I'm a part of the mission. So I'm with them now, and I'm seeing this guy. The other people's like, okay, we gotta do this. We gotta inject them. Blah 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 blah. And so, because he was the one that was shooting and doing all of this, and they was like, okay, now we got to inject him. So they took the needle, they injected it into his neck, right? And when they did that, it ended up, I was in front of him, and then he got really like crazy, and he was trying to fight me. And then they pulled him back up off of me, and they was like, okay, we got to reset him. Keyword, reset. We got to reset him. They pulled him away, took him off, and then they were focused on me. They was like, okay, we have to inject you because, you know, the interaction that you've had with him being up close on you, now we got to inject you. And I was like, why? I'm like, okay. So then it goes to where I'm out of body again, and then I'm having a remote viewing. And I'm seeing them show me, they're showing the needle that it was 2 different needles. They had one of them. I had it first before I had the remote viewing. I had it, and they wanted me to inject. I was like, do I have to inject it in my neck? Where y'all gonna put it in my hand? Where y'all gonna put it? So, and I just didn't feel comfortable with it. So I felt like because I didn't feel comfortable, that's when I stepped out, and then I had a remote viewing instead of being in it, okay? And so when I had the remote viewing, I see my head or brain laying on this table, and they're taking this needle, and one of the specialist people, whoever they were, injected it right here into the right side of my brain. And I was like, oh, then I jumped back in. And I was like, oh, shit, that hurt. And then they left the needle. The needle was still sticking in my head. And they was like, yeah, because we got to take and do the other one connected with that. And so I'm moving, and I was like, it don't feel good. And I was like, it done came out. And I was like, ooh, I was trying to pull it out, and then it broke. And he was like, oh my God, you broke it. And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, we got to do the other one. We got to do both inoculations, is basically what he was saying, in order for you to get the full treatment. So I was like, okay. So I was like, I don't know where it's going to go. I said, because this side of my head hurts. I can't do it over here. There is another type of way that we can do this, okay? And then next thing I know, I wake up. And when I wake up, this side of my head is hurting, y'all. I woke up, this right side of my head, same spot, everything. That's why when I was talking, I was able to go right back to it. It's hurting. Now, way that I'm feeling, I always go off of how do I feel when I wake up. When I first woke up and this was hurting, I was like, I need to go into meditation. So I did the Jose Silva meditation. Everything was good. Everything was clear. I'm getting up. I feel great. And then sorry, y'all, I had a phone call. As I was getting ready this morning, the headache went away. As I'm talking about the story again, I started to feel it again. So, yeah. That's what was going on in the dream space. So I'm still, why my phone keep going in and out? People calling and shit. But now that I'm thinking about it, I recall what happened after he injected me the second time. Now he injected me the second time, and I remember that person telling me, whoever he was, he worked on a team. It was like we was close, and we were friends. And I remember him telling me, I'm going to let you know, you're not going to be able to remember. And I'm letting you know, you're not going to be able to remember some things. And as he was saying that, I remember flashes of my dog. Like I had this dog that I loved. And I remember flashes of my dog and me trying to hold on to memories of my dog, like me feeding my dog. I had this big old dog, me feeding my dog, me being at my home with my dog and just relaxing before I had took on this mission. I remember me trying to hold on to these memories as much as I could. And I was like, no, I'm going to be able to remember. I'm going to be able to remember. And I woke up. So that part right there That part right there. We are born, reincarnated back into this realm with no memory of past lives. Now, some people definitely are privy to past life memories. I believe some people can just look in a crystal ball or hold on to some crystals or look up at the sky at the moon or the stars or the sun, or we can go on a DMT trip, or we can take in psychedelics, or we can look into pictures, or we can, listen to music, or whatever the case may be for you, and we can remember and we can have memories of what that past life energy felt like, or we'll see ourselves. And I've had different states where I was able to see myself in ancient times, and in certain situations, just like last night, that felt more futuristic. It didn't feel like current, present, right now moment. Yeah, I swear. Everything trying to keep this message from coming out, from phone calls to text messages, from a bug walking on the wall, from me. This is my second time recording this video. It's just, yeah, it's just so much. So what I'm trying to say before I'm interrupted again, and I'm just going to end it here, is that last night within that dream, when he said you're not going to be able to remember anything, me being able to see my brain on a table and them injecting my brain, and then me being back into a physical body, and I never saw myself, but me being back into a physical body and them injecting my brain again, because remember the needle fell out, injected my brain, and then he said after I was injected, that's when he told me you're not going to be able to remember anything. I feel like as we slip away or we leave, and there's so many different levels to our existence, because I also feel like we're here in a mission in order to raise the vibration of this planet. Whichever particular star system that we come from, we still have a connection to that star system, or wherever we're being projected, because this is a holographic universe, that we still have ourselves there, and we know that we have to reincarnate into another physical form and continue with the mission, that we're not going to be able to remember every single life, because if we do, that holds us back from moving forward with the mission. So in that realm, in that world, when I got injected, it's letting me know, like, you're going to forget everything that was your life previously, but the soul essence of whoever I am, star system, I am, is going to continue that mission, because that is what I'm here for, or ultimately not for the holographic universe, like downloads of continued memories to hold on to, because I feel like in certain instances, holding on to so many memories over so many different lifetimes can keep us stagnant from moving forward on what we are supposed to do. But I was trying to hold on to some of the memories. I feel like when I was trying to hold on to some of those memories, that's like some of us, like some people are able to remember certain past lives, and maybe that's because we know that we were getting ready to reincarnate, and we held on to certain memories. We was like, hey, let me hold on to this, and we were able to do that. All right. And I don't know, these are just my hypotheses. And you can give me your dream synopsis, but I definitely want to share there. And of course, I want to leave you in peace and high frequencies, everybody.